All right, guys, I'm just giving it a minute to see, let a couple of people join in on the live stream. Then we're gonna start. We're gonna start talking about uh, a very serious and sad situation that's going on in America. Well, actually, it's been going on in America. You feel me? It's been going on for a long time, and ain't nobody done nothing about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 40 years old, and ever since I was a kid, I heard that I heard people say, you know what I mean? Like, be careful with the cops and whatnot. If you're brown skinned, black skinned, you got to be careful with the cops. So that's going to be what we're going to talk about. We're going to touch on the situation, what is happening in America, um, the brutal assassination of George Floyd. You know what I mean? Uh, George Floyd was an African American male, a 46-year-old African American male from Minneapolis that was murdered, straight up murdered. He was killed, assassinated by a police officer called Derek Chauvin. Um, yeah, and you know what I mean? People are outraged now that there are riots and whatnot going on in New York. You feel me? Like people, I've been talking to a lot of people online, and many of them are just like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe America is rioting like this. I can't believe America is going through all of this stuff. You know what I mean? But there's a reason why it's going through all of this stuff, man. This George wasn't the first person to get it. You know what I mean? And he sure as hell ain't gonna be the last, unfortunately. Like I know people. I've been in situations myself um, where the police treated us like dog shit. You feel me? I've been in a situation where the police officer has has your life in his hands, and basically, um, if he decides to just kill you right then and there, if he decides to just shoot you in your face, yo, and kill you, nothing's gonna happen to him. You know what I mean? So, uh, people are really angry. People are really upset about what's going on. Um, up to now, what I got is that the the police officer that had his knee on George Floyd's neck is arrested and he's going to be charged. But there were three other cops there. You know what I'm saying? And those three cops they didn't do shit to help either. So it's like those are the three cops, man. Not only should they get fired, but they should be arrested as well. You know what I mean? Because I know for damn sure if I killed one of their peoples like that, I'd be facing life or in jail or the death penalty. You heard? So that's pretty much it, yo. Today's conversation, I want everybody that is watching my live right now. I want all of y'all to let me know um, what are your feelings about this police brutality. What are your feelings about how America is dealing with this, with all of the protests and all of the riots and whatnot. Um, what do you guys think about this whole situation that's popping off in in America? You know what I mean? Um, I'm gonna be right back. Just 1 second. Hold on. Cauã, pega o meu carregador lá no meu quarto, por favor. All right, because this is what's up. I'm gonna try to put two streams up. Actually, the last time I did that, it was kind of different, but but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So we got Abdel, man, what's going on? Um, Kaji Zara, what's up, Kaji Zara? What's going on? Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. And we have Abdel just sent me a comment over here saying that black and white are the same teacher. Uh, I would love to agree with you, man. I really would love to agree with you that black and white people are the same. But unfortunately, that's not how it goes down in the real world. You know what I mean? Like I have friends that are Italian, that are Jewish, that grew up with me. You know what I mean? And when they were growing up with me, when we was in the street together, the police didn't stop them. You know what I'm saying? The way that they stopped me, man. The police didn't treat them the way that they treated me, even though we was doing the same shit. We was in the same place. You know what I mean? We was doing the same thing. The police didn't treat them the way they treat me. You know what I mean? So it's like, is it supposed to be? Um, is it supposed to be? Are we supposed to be equal? Hell yeah, we're supposed to be equal, yo. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the reality that we live in. The reality that we live in is if my son is lighter skinned than I am, okay? But if my son was my complexion or darker, you know what I mean? And I would be worried every time he walked out of this house. Wherever he goes, I'm gonna be like, man, something bad can happen just because of the way he looks, just because of the way he dresses, or just because of the way just because of the color of his skin. You know what I mean? Like me and my peoples growing up in New York, man, we went through shit that I don't want anybody to go through. You know what I mean? Like this George Floyd, this wasn't the first one, man. This wasn't the first one. You know what I'm saying? This is the first one that blew up after a very long time because people's is fed up. You know what I'm saying? People are stressed out, yo. People are stressed out with the whole coronavirus stuff. You know what I'm saying? Abdel, thank you for saying that, dude. Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for your comments. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the people are stressed out because of the coronavirus, and then you go and you throw something like this at them, you damn right they're gonna go crazy. You damn right they're gonna flip on you. You know what I mean? Like the George Floyd was completely subdued, bruh. He was subdued. You know what I mean? You had three grown men. Like George Floyd was a big dude, but you had three grown ass men holding him down. These three grown ass men, they police officers, right? So they supposed to be um um trained. They're supposed to know how to take people down, how to hold someone down, how you know what I'm saying, without having to kill the person. And you're gonna tell me you're gonna put your knee on my man's neck and hold it there for 9 minutes, yo. 9 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna tell me like, oh, my intention wasn't to my intention wasn't to kill him. Of course, your intention was to kill him, yo. Are you anybody, anybody that has taken any type of martial arts classes knows that if you do that to someone, you cutting the person's oxygen off. And if you cut the person's oxygen off for long enough, you killing that person. And you a police officer. You're supposed to be the law-abiding citizen. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the example to all of the other citizens. And look at the ish y'all do, man. Look at that. The man died on camera. There was a point where Derek, I think the officer's name is Derek. I may be messed up on that, but there was a point where this officer had his knee on this dude's neck, bro, and he put his hands in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just waiting for a taxi, or he was just waiting for a bus to drive by, or you know what I mean? And underneath your knee, you're suffocating someone. He died of asphyxiation, man. You choked him to death. You know what I mean? And then I ask you, what do you think would have happened if nobody had that cell phone? If nobody had that smartphone video, if nobody was there videotaping that shit, what do you think would have happened? Not a goddamn thing. Nothing would have happened, yo. You know what I mean? I grew up in New York, man. I saw cop. I done seen cop do shit to people. You know what I mean? Beat them down, plant evidence on people, shoot people, kill people. You know what I mean? And nothing happened to any of those cops, right? Nothing happened. So like the only reason this is making waves is because it was in broad daylight and a whole bunch of people had cameras and they all posted it in social media. Now imagine all of the times shit like this happens and there is no smartphone. There are no social medias. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something. I grew up in New York City in the 80s and the 90s. You heard? The 80s and the 90s in New York City was one of the craziest times out there, especially if you were hip hop, if you were in the hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? The 90s was buck wild, yo. You know what I mean? Like cats was carrying guns everywhere, knives and whatnot. It was crazy. It was crazy. You know what I mean? So I saw all of that growing up, yo. I got stopped by the police. I don't even know how many times I got stopped by the police in New York. You know what I mean? And now I live in Brazil, yo. For those of y'all that don't know, I live in Brazil right now. You know what I mean? And Brazil, we have the same situation with police officers here. There is extreme police brutality, especially if you are one of the citizens of the country that live in very, very poor areas called favelas. All right. If you are from the favela, you basically have no rights. The police could do whatever the f they want to do. You heard, and nothing's gonna happen to the police officers. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, time. It's time for change. It's time for something to happen. You feel me? It's time for people to revolt. It's time for people to start doing radical shit to try and get a change, man. Because we've been protesting, we've been making petitions, we've been making posters and whatnot, and going out in front of buildings and trying to be all Martin Luther King about stuff. You know what I mean? And it ain't taking us nowhere. It's not taking us anywhere, yo. Every year is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Here in Brazil, man, they be killing blacks and browns here in Brazil indiscriminately. You feel me? With 99% of no punishment whatsoever for the police. Feel me? But check it out. This is another important thing that I want people to understand. Police officers are human beings, right? We are human beings. You're watching this video, you're a human being. You feel me? So there are good people and there are bad people in any kind of culture, in any city, in anywhere. You heard? So just because the person's a police officer, the person's a soldier, doesn't make that person racist, doesn't make that person violent or homophobic or xenophobic or whatever the phobics. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is the same. You know what I mean? Like I got friends of mine that I love, man, that I grew up with. They police officers. They weren't the one that killed George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So why am I gonna treat them like shit? They weren't there, man. They weren't there. I gotta be specific when I talk about this. I gotta treat the criminals and the animals and the savage, inhuman MFers that did this to George Floyd. Those are the ones that gotta pay. You heard? So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to vent a little bit because I had mad students send me message about George Floyd, about what's going on in America. So I decided to make this little quick video for all of y'all. And yeah, that's what's up. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make some more videos. I'm gonna make a video about police brutality. You heard? So there's gonna be lots of vocabulary and stuff like that coming too. Um, But yeah, that's it, man. I just want to tell everybody that's watching this video, all of y'all, be safe, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're black and brown in America or in Brazil or in places like America and Brazil. Be careful when you walk outside, man. Make sure you teach your children what they need to know to survive. You heard? And I know there's not much we can do as citizens, especially for me. There's not much I can do from Brazil. You heard? To comfort George Floyd's family members and to join this this uprising that's happening in America. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna do the little bit I can do. Being an English teacher, having a platform here on Facebook, on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I invite all of y'all to like this video. Drop your questions and whatnot in the comment section. I'm gonna try to get back at y'all, so we can talk. And I'm probably gonna start doing maybe one or two of these live streams here on Facebook uh, more regularly, maybe one or two a week. You heard? So yeah, man. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys so much. God bless all of y'all. I hope you stay in contact. Share the videos, drop your likes and whatnot, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.